Good morning. Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from LA. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless, Shannon, Sharpe. Good morning.
Hi, Jenny.
How you doing?
Hey.
So you got a new shirt on today, huh?
I don't have a new shirt.
Hey, yeah, you got a new shirt. You trying to keep on with it.
Trying to ignore what happened last night, Jenny. I knew the Houston Rockets were sunk yesterday when that man picked them to win Game 2.
Oh.
That was it. End of story. Game over.
Oh, so they lost because I picked.
They shouldn't have even shown up last night because it was over.
Oh, so I'm bad luck now.
I'd say bad luck. You're just a bad picker, but that's okay.
Bad picker. We're
Well,
going to
get back on track tonight.
We have a lot to talk about on today's show. Are the Cowboys getting ready to move on?
Can we just stop this, please?
Elliot,
Can we
I'm
just
sorry.
stop?
We got to talk about it. And Kyrie and the Celtics, are they in trouble? But we will start with Game 2 at Oracle, which apparently Shannon jinxed. The Rockets tried to tie up the series last night, but it got off to a bad start in the first quarter when James Harden was poked in the eye. He suffered a left eye laceration and had to leave the game, but came back in the second quarter. Harden finished with 29 points, and after the game said he could barely see. But there was just too much Golden State last night. Kevin Durant led the charge with 29 points, while Klay Thompson and Steph Curry combined for 41. The Warriors are now up 2-0. Game 3 in Houston on Saturday. Shannon, what did last night tell you?
Honestly, and maybe I'm the only one that feels this way, Skip, but I believe Houston can beat this team. They make 10 threes in the first half, Skip, but they're down 9. Why? They give up 14 offensive rebounds. They turn the ball over 3 times. You're not going to beat this team like that. You can't do one thing well, 2 things bad, and hope to beat this team. They're too good, Skip. They're too disciplined. They got 3 of the greatest all-time shooters of all time. And you can't give them extra cracks at you. And that's what the Rockets did last night. You know, James Harden had that, he got the eye laceration and he missed some time. But I thought once he came back and adjusted, you know, it's tough. You know, it's kind of hard to shoot without eyes. When your depth perception is blurry, going in and out. But I believe they can get it. Think about this, Skip. The Warriors outscored them in the first half, 20 points off turnovers. The Warriors had 18 offensive rebounds in the game. They averaged 10 in the regular season. I wanted to see a little more from Capella. He gave me 14 and 10. I wanted to see a little more from P.J. Tucker. He gave me 13 and 10. Skip, I'm still waiting for CP3 to have that game. CP3 last year might have been their best player on the Rockets. Had he been there, I believe, a lot of people believe they would have won this series. I'm still waiting for him to have that game. But you can't give them you can't give the Warriors extra possessions. Ball goes up. It's almost like, Skip, I remember watching Larry Bird and Michael Jordan. Every time they shot the ball, I thought it was going in. And I think sometimes teams get caught, the Rockets in this situation. Steph shoots the ball, Klay shoots the ball, KD shoots the ball. They think it's going to go in. They standing around. Okay, the ball comes off, and then McKinney grabs it. Jerebko grabs it, dunk. Pass it to Klay, 3-point shot. You get within 3, they miss the ball. All you got to do is gain the possession, grab the rebound. Instead of being down 3, going down the other way, you're back down 5, you're back down 6. Skip, I believe the Rockets can beat this team. They should not be discouraged. They should be a little discouraged because I don't believe they played their best basketball. Now, they have the Warriors' undivided attention. The Warriors know what the Rockets represent. They know they can beat them, but they didn't get what they wanted. They wanted to get at least one of these games. Okay, you go home. The Warriors, all you did was hold serve at home. You're supposed to. You held home court. Now the Rockets go back. I think they play Saturday.
Yes.
Get this win and now lose.
That's a long time from now.
That's good. Really? James Harden eyes. He gonna put some eye water, some Nafcon A in his eyes.
I hope so. So I believed, past tense, that the Houston Rockets could beat the Golden State Warriors. Believed, past tense.
No longer.
I no longer believe that. This is what I saw last night. And I'm going to remind everybody, Golden State won this game wire to wire. They never trailed from, it was 2-0, and they led all the way home.
Which is not very common in a playoff series.
Not very common. The team I saw, the Houston Rockets, they looked to me like they were mentally defeated before they stepped on the floor last night. We all know about all the controversies of Game 7 of last year's conference finals that the Rockets brass thought they were robbed of. And then we all know what happened Sunday afternoon in Game 1. I thought flat out the Rockets got robbed. And then Scott Foster got assigned to this game last night.
Ed Malloy, too.
And Ed Malloy, but especially Scott Foster. So the Rockets knew they were stepping on the floor against a guy who had not refereed them since February 22nd, when they all got into it with Scott Foster. And after the game, James Harden said, I never talk about referees, but he brought up Scott Foster by name and said he is rude and arrogant. And he concluded, I don't think he should ever be allowed to referee one of our games again. And he wasn't allowed until last night's game 2. Right. So if you're in James's shoes or Chris Paul's shoes, how are you feeling stepping on the floor? You feeling a little mentally defeated, like you just really don't have a chance?
Right.
Like he's going to get you somehow, some way, and you're just waiting for it to go wrong from the start.
Okay.
You're looking for ghosts. You're waiting for the worst to happen. What can go wrong will go wrong if Scott Foster is refereeing. Obviously, he became a non-issue. Refereeing was a non-issue, and just for those who didn't follow this very closely, actually, Houston shot 25 free throws to Golden State's 24. So free throws, non-issue, 20 to 20 in makes, right? So forget about that part of it. But to me, Houston looked like a team that wasn't nearly as confident as it was all during the regular season and all during last year's playoffs. I didn't see the swagger, and I definitely, to your point about the offensive rebounds, I didn't see the urgency. I didn't see the energy. I didn't see the focus. I didn't see that absolute razor's edge commitment that I usually have seen from the Rockets, that I saw all year from the Rockets, at least once they got past their shaky start. But the point is that, look what happened. James gets raked across the eyes. I assume Draymond's fingernails raked him, and he got slid over one. He got a lacerated eyelid, and he did look like he had the red eyes. So I don't know, but I think he was okay enough. So he leaves. 6:27 in the first quarter. They're down 17-8 when he leaves. And what did Golden State do predictably? Took foot off gas, right?
Sure.
Because Golden State's still in that are we there yet mode. Have we gotten to the finals yet? Because they're only going to do just enough. If you push them or back them against the wall, they're going to show you, watch this. And they had shown you, watch this, up to 17-8. And then James goes out. And would you believe that while he was out, Houston won the game 23-19? They outscored Golden State 23-19. And our man Austin Rivers came in and just lit it up. He scored 8 of those points and made a couple of big threes. And I love that kid. He's still a kid to me. He's actually not really a kid, but again, he comes in, like Doc has always said, he's just fearless and nothing bothers him.
Right.
And he came in and made some big shots and made some big defensive plays. And then James comes back, and what happens from then on? Golden State just immediately goes whoosh, push down on accelerate, and they boost the lead right back up to 14. So again, it actually somehow weirdly helped the Rockets that James was out for a while, because it actually kept them in the game. So now we get down to your stats that you're talking about. Well, think about this. They give up 18 offensive rebounds and they have 18 turnovers. So what's going to happen? Because to your point, they actually shot the hell out of the ball.
Yeah,
they really shot it. If I told you yesterday going in, boy, you would have bet a bunch of dew on this. If I told you Houston would make 17 threes to only 11 for the home team, that's 18 plus points, right? Plus 18. Well, if I told you that, you'd say, Houston's got this one, right? You'd at least think they could cover. They didn't even cover the spread last night.
They did not.
It was close, but
5.5.
I know, but
That's how Vegas gets you.
Okay, I got it, and that was KD turned it over twice late, and then Steph had a monumental blunder turnover at the end, but they still covered. But the point is, if you give up 18 offensive rebounds and 18 turnovers, then you're just not going to get up enough shots.
Right.
So guess what? Golden State shot the ball 91 times to Houston's 77. That's extraordinary.
Right.
You got 91 shots. You got that many more shots than 77. And so you make those twos, and then you're okay. And you win the game. And you actually won the game cruising, to me, where, you know, and again, let's talk briefly about James Harden here. I'm not going to give him any pass for last night, because
They ain't got raked in his eyes, Skip.
Okay, what happened when he came back in late in the first half? He made a three. If we could see his reaction as he went back up the court. Did you see what he did after he made that late three in the first half? He makes it, boom. And then, did you see this? Hold on, He goes back up the floor and he's doing eye drops in his eyes. So he's basically telling everybody, I got eye drops in my eyes. That's
He's like, I can't even see and draining these threes out here.
No, he's saying, I'm good. He's sending the message, I got this. I got eye drops. That's what he is to me. But then what happened is the game began to teeter and go south in the second half. What did we see him do the whole second half?
It's hard to see. Sensitive to light.
It's sensitive to light, Skip, yeah.
I can't.
That would hurt.
We got a lot of this. And we got a lot of dabbing.
And he was still letting him go.
Okay, but again, he played just fine when he came back. It didn't bother him. He said, I could barely see. I think he could see just fine. Were his eyes a little watery?
Yeah.
Come on. What does Shannon Sharpe always say? The Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe?
No.
If you step back on the floor, you got no more excuses.
Well, how about this here?
If you can't see, sit.
How about this?
Sit.
Well, Shannon Sharpe has to have... happen to have a little intimate knowledge about dealing with an eye injury.
Oh, okay.
Shannon Sharpe suffered a fractured orbital in the ball game.
Not quite the same.
Yeah, it was a little different.
Okay.
But even coming back, Skip, to pick up the ball.
I mean, did you play with it? No.
No.
Because you're gone, man.
No, yeah, I'm gone.
You're gone for the rest of the year.
Yeah. I missed, well, we only had 3 games left, so I missed the rest of the season.
Okay.
But coming back, because
that's a fracture.